to create this video because I was just talking to my mentor and we had a really good conversation. And what I wanted to do is create a video where I talk about how to find a great mentor. Because I feel that if you're an entrepreneur and if you're going to really stand a good chance to succeed or reach greater heights than you would by yourself, you want to have a mentor. I think we all need mentors because mentors will be able to compress decades of like mistakes and learning into days. And I've experienced that. I made the mistake of not having a mentor on my first 3 businesses, but I was able to really then get mentors ever since then. And what that enabled me to experience is a lot of acceleration in my own personal growth, in my businesses, and more importantly, also leveraging the network of my mentors. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through what I believe to be the ways you can find a good mentor. So before I dive into the video, just wanted to make a quick intro. I'm Kuda Biza. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started my first business when I was 9 years old, and I've gone on to start 6 others. I've had businesses in different industries, different countries, and it's been a wonderful experience just really building these platforms that have changed people's lives. But more importantly, I've been able to leverage a good number of my businesses to provide social impact. I'm passionate right now to really help other entrepreneurs to become the best versions of themselves, right? To really be able to reach their fullest potential. So I decided to go on this journey of creating content to really help other entrepreneurs accelerate their path to success. So back to the topic, which is how to find a good mentor. One thing I can tell you about a good mentor is that a great mentor is hard to find. They're also difficult to part with and almost impossible to forget, right? Because they just have so much impact on your life and also for your business. So you really want to get into this journey with the frame of mind of like, hey, you're going to have, quote unquote, a business friend, someone who you can lean on, someone who has your best interest in mind, and someone that's going to really help you grow and avoid a lot of mistakes. Now, before we dive into the details, let's first align on what a mentor is. Think of it as someone who has more experience than you do, who's going to be able to really impart their knowledge, their skills, sometimes even their network to really help you gain experience, avoid making mistakes, and help you think through some of the decisions that you're about to make. That's really what a mentor is, someone that you can really lean into, ask questions, and then they will be able to really help you. I now have multiple mentors and I use them strategically because they are really good in different areas. So, you know, there's one mentor that I have who has a lot of experience with production, supply chain, manufacturing. So I get to really leverage that mentor for that. And then I have another mentor who's really into investments and is well connected, and as well growing our different businesses. They get to help me with that as well. So just wanted to share that with you. So in my book, The Spear Method, I actually use the story of Daniel, the Karate Kid, and Mr. Miyagi. And Daniel was able to really lean into Mr. Miyagi to get some guidance and to really help him in his journey as he was trying to fight off these bullies that were bullying him. So if you have watched the movie, you kind of like get a sense of what I'm talking about. So think about any entrepreneur. We all need a Mr. Miyagi. And if you want to read that chapter, you can grab a free copy of my book. It's in the link in the description, so feel free to go grab it. But yeah, the real notion of mentor is someone who can really help you grow and make decisions. So to put it in a more formal description, a mentorship is a mutually beneficial professional relationship in which an experienced individual imparts knowledge, expertise, and wisdom to a lesser experienced person, i.e. the mentee. Mentors don't necessarily have all the answers, but what they can do is they can help you find your own answers. And the interesting thing about a mentor is that they can be a good sounding board and obviously impart some of their experience in your thought process as you're making decisions. Now, the one thing that you want to think about is as you enter into a mentoring relationship, know both your long and short-term goals, right? Because you want to be able to articulate that so that your mentor knows what you're looking for. Knowing what you want to accomplish will really help you narrow down the right person that can help you get there, right? Because if someone was to come to me and say like, hey, Kuda, can you be my mentor? And they're not really quite clear on their goals, I won't be sure if I can help them or not because they don't have clarity as to what they want to achieve. And I've had a lot of people reach out to me asking to be mentored, and some of them, based on their goals, I'm not the right person, right? So I direct them somewhere else. I just politely decline. For some people who I know exactly what they're trying to accomplish and I have the experience, I've been there, I've done that, I gladly help if there's alignment in core values and principles and a few other things. So what you also want to do in order for you to make sure you align yourself with the right mentor is you actually want to do a little bit of research about, that potential mentor before you approach them, right? You want to look into their experience. You want to know some of the things that they've accomplished so that if you do ask them to be your mentor, you know for a fact that they can really come in and add tremendous value to what you're trying to do. Because, at the end of the day, your time is also valuable as well. So you want to make sure if you're going to be investing in this mentorship, you're investing your time in someone who can really help you. The other thing too that can really help you find a really good mentor is you want to be specific on what you want, right? It really ties back to your goals. But if you go into a mentoring relationship not really knowing what you want to get out of it, it could lead to some very interesting conversations or lack of clarity on both ends as to how to serve each other. And one thing I would really encourage you to do is you want to maybe establish a relationship with that potential mentor before you actually ask them, right? You think of it like, let's say, feeling someone out or like dating them before you actually get married. So building some rapport and getting to get a sense of their vibe and who they are is a good way to learn more about them before you actually ask them to become a mentor. And then one thing that I always tell people is that it's a two-way relationship. So don't just go into a mentorship relationship viewing it as you just receiving, right? There's also value that you can provide your mentor because, you are valuable, right? We all are valuable with skills and knowledge and things that we can provide. So for instance, what I did with one of my mentors, I provided them some input around how they can grow their e-com business. This specific mentor was really strong in retail, brick and mortar, but they were not quite strong in the e-com space, which was obviously an area that I was strong in. So it became mutually beneficial because I was able to guide him on how he could really add an e-commerce component to his business while he was really guiding us on how to navigate the retail space. So being able to provide value in both directions, I think it will make the relationship for both the mentor and the mentee mutually beneficial. And then ideally what you want to be able to do is you want to have multiple mentors, because if you're now getting opinions from multiple people, you get different points of views, and also no one has all the answers to everything. So you just don't want to limit yourself to one mentor. You want to be able to build a strong network of mentors that you can lean on anything, right? Another thing too that I just want to provide insight on is that mentorship doesn't necessarily just have to be in person, over the phone, or whatever. Nowadays you can also be mentored by books, right? You can go read a book that has really valuable information about a particular subject that you need to learn on, and that's one way you could be mentored. Another way is to be mentored virtually through social media, and I'm actually going through this. There's a gentleman called Strive Masiwa. He's a highly successful Zimbabwean. He's doing great things. He started Econet, and on his Facebook page, he shares a lot of business lessons. That's really the purpose why he set up his Facebook page. And I actually go and read a lot of the content, a lot of the business lessons that he puts on his Facebook page. And that's a form of mentorship. He's literally mentoring me as I'm thinking through my business, and I'm kind of like obviously going on his Facebook page and reading through his material, but I've been able to actually grow as a business leader by just going through his Facebook page and the content that he's posting. So if you really pay attention, there are a lot of highly successful people who obviously cannot mentor everybody, but they're leveraging their platforms to provide content and access and lessons to people who are willing to really go out there and get it and get that mentorship that they need. So I hope these tips are useful and you can get on your journey to really become, mentored by someone. And also, if you're in a position where you can mentor others, I highly encourage you to really think about how you can do that for others. And there's a link below. I also do provide one-on-one mentoring. So if that's something that you want to explore, just click the link and just fill out the application. And once I review it, I can get back to you with additional questions and next steps. So go out there, guys, and continue making impact in the world. And I hope to connect with you guys in the next video.